Hello everyone, my name is Aulia Putri and here with me is my research partner Tarisa Ekasukwan Septadewi. We are from the communication department and we are also joined today by our supervisor, Mrs. Sriratna Dewisari. Today we would like to present our undergraduate thesis research title AI-driven communication through brand trust on travel platform users impulsive buying. In today's presentation, the discuss will be divided into 5 main agendas, starting with the introduction, followed by the literature review, research methodology, data analysis, and result, and concluding with the conclusion and limitation.
Let us begin with the background of this research on this slide. In Indonesia's highly competitive travel sector, platforms like Traveloka have moved far beyond statistic advertisement. Today, they heavily leverage AI-driven communication and predictive personalization to capture consumer attention and stimulate engagement in real time. However, Traveloka is high-involvement industry, meaning purchase requires significant consideration. In this context, technical efficiency and automated exposure alone are simply not enough to trigger spontaneous buying, decoded through the stimulus organism and response, or SOR.
Moving into our literature review, we divide our theoretical framework into 2 distinct core areas. First, decoding consumer response in AI-driven travel platforms. The integration of SOR and source credibility frameworks highlight that AI communication acts as an adaptive external cue. Features like predictive personalization and smart assistant directly lower cognitive resistance. When the platform delivers highly relevant, real-time option, and consumer experience a heightened readiness to buy, making them much more likely to bypass traditional rational deliberation. And the second one is applying the SOR framework to online impulsive buying behavior. Here, we position brand trust as the critical organism level mediator. While algorithms shorten decision time and create immediate urges, transactional is alone falls short without a while algorithms shorten decision time and create immediate urges, transactional is alone falls short without the psychological anchor. Perceived platform sincerity, integrity, and data reliability act as the defined filters. We prove that a direct pathway of urgency-laden signals coexists with an indirect pathway of credibility building, meaning AI optimization must transit technical speed and actively foster sustained psychological safety. And then we have research hypothesis. Based on the literature review, the conceptual framework was developed as shown on slide 5. This model tests the relationship between the independent variable as AI-driven communication acts, the mediating variable brand trust, and the dependent variable impulsive buying. From this framework, we formulated 4 core hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 is AI-driven communication has a positive and significant effect on the brand trust. Hypothesis 2, brand trust has a positive significant effect on online impulsive buying. And hypothesis 3, AI-driven communication has a direct positive and significant effect on online impulsive buying. And the last one is hypothesis 4, brand trust significantly mediates the relationship between AI-driven communication and online impulsive buying among active users. In this research methodology, to test the hypothesis, the methodology used on this slide is a quantitative approach. Data was collected using structured online questionnaires distributed via a snowball sampling technique targeted at active Gen Z users of Traveloka in Indonesia. The questionnaire items were measured using a 5-point Likert scale. In terms of sample size determination, the calculation using the Lemaitre formula required a minimum of 76 respondents with a 10% margin of error. Through digital distribution, this study successfully exceeded that threshold, gathering 204 valid respondents. The numerical data was then rigorously analyzed using partial least squares structural equation modeling as a PLS-SAM.
Next, let's look at the evaluation of the measurement model or outer model on slide 7. This test was conducted to ensure the validity and reliability of the research instrument. Convergent validity, or AV, based on data table, the average variance extent, or AV, value for AI-driven communication is 0.546. Brand trust is 0.558, and impulsive buying is 0.524. Since all variables score above the 0.50 threshold, the model perfectly satisfies the requirement for convergent validity. Instrument reliability, the measurement tool provides to be highly reliable and internally consistent. The cron batch alpha value range from 0.9038 to 0.9060, while the composite reliability, or RGO, values fall between 0.9046 and 0.9063, both comfortability exceeding the standard threshold of 0.70. And the next one is multi-collinearity, or inner FEI. Evaluation of the variance inflation factor, or VIV, indicates that all inner model values range between 1000 and 2173, being well below the strict threshold of 5.0. The structural model is declared entirely free from multicultural bias.
On this slide, we uncover the core findings and hypothesis testing derived from the bootstrapping procedure. Hypothesis 1 is accepted. AI-driven communication has a strong and significant effect on brain trust. This is supported by an original sample beta value of 0.7035 and an exceptionally high t-statistic of 20,801, p equals 0. This proves that our accuracy of AI recommendation and interactive chatbots are highly dominant in building trust. Hypothesis 2 is accepted. Brand trust significantly influences impulsive buying with a path coefficient, or beta, of 0.78 and a t-statistic of 8,640, p equals 0. Psychological security effectively breaks down consumer rational deliberation. On the hypothesis 3 is accepted, AI-driven communication also exerts a significant direct effect on impulsive buying with a path coefficient of 0.374 and a t-statistic of 5,547, p equals 0. This means highly personalized real-time offers can trigger immediate transaction without relying heavily on established long-term royalty. And the last one is hypothesis 4 is accepted. As a partial mediation, brand trust is proven to partially mediate the relationship, yielding an indirect effect coefficient of 0.3051 and the t-statistic of 76,993, p equals 0. Research contribution. This structural model successfully explained 63.1% of the variance in Gen Z's impulsively travel buying behavior. R equal 0.6631. Theoretically, this result validate the SOR framework and source credibility theory in today's social commerce ecosystem. Practically, it proves that optimization should not just focus on technical efficiency, but must be strategically directed toward building brand credibility.
Of course, the study has limitations that present existing avenue for future research. We have categorized this into three main pillars. First, geographical constraints. Our sample was drawn exclusively from respondents residing in Jakarta, which limits how perfectly we can generalize these findings. Future research should expand the scope to smaller cities and diverse digital ecosystem beyond the capital. Second, methodological and variable scopes. This study focus solely on brand trust as the mediator within quantitative framework. Future models could introduce variables such as perceived worth or user involvement, and leverage mixed method designed to capture nuance, qualitative user reaction to algorithmic signal. Third, behavioral intention and value contribution. Despite these boundaries, the study successfully offers a much more realistic, empirical understanding of how automated messaging actively shape consumer perception and behavior intentions, a question that is become increasingly critical as AI takes over daily transaction. As a final conclusion, the findings affirm that AI-driven communication positively enhance brand trust, which subsequently drive online impulsive buying. Brand trust act as a partial mediator, channeling the effect of AI into spontaneous purchasing behavior, while the direct pathway remain highly effective. Traveloka user in Jakarta demonstrate greater confidence in making unplanned booking when virtual assistant and personalized recommendation provide a strong sense of platform reliability. From a practical standpoint, this study offers actionable insight to the travel platform, operation, and digital marketers. Investment in AI technology should not be seen merely as technical upgrades, but as fundamental trust-building instrument. Focusing on recommendation accuracy, algorithmic transparency, and chatbot responsiveness will strengthen the brand trust. Effectively losing this consumer rational deliberate boundaries to drive spontaneous transaction. That concludes of our presentation. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Thank you.